this what's going on here, has made opportunities for the local residents and other people that want to come into this area. So, yeah, it has revitalized the town, and my own personal opinion is that anytime you have economic growth, you've still got revitalization of a community, and there's a lot of dollars coming into this community. So it could, we were in some way to everyone.
Well, I mean, sure, it has more meaning to the church members, but I mean, there is a lot of people live in town that are proud to say, hey, you have to come to Nauvoo, you have to see the temple, And
well, Nauvoo's a part of our history and our heritage. It was built by the early converts as a place where they could find a home and build a house of worship unto their God.
Great. And then years later?
Well, soon after they left, the temple was destroyed. But I think the spirit of that temple has remained in the hearts of Latter-day Saints all over the world. So there was a...
And how did you feel about that?
Oh, yes, you could feel it all through the building. There was an audible gasp. People hadn't expected it. It was a total surprise, and I think a very welcome surprise.
Why?
The mayor and the city council have been very cooperative. We have worked with them in an effort to do everything we can to ameliorate any problems that might arise. Now, I feel impressed to announce that among all of the temples we are constructing, we plan to rebuild the Nauvoo Temple.
Nauvoo resident Charles Allen has spent a lifetime cutting and shaping wood.
I began when I was a little boy at my dad's side as a carpenter, and I learned as I watched him. I gained a great appreciation for working with wood and building things. And when he would finish doors or install doors in those days, it was by hand. And he used a large plane to join the edges. And I just loved to stand there and watch those curls shoot out of the front of that plane.
Today, along the banks of the Mississippi River in Nauvoo, Charles runs a window-making business. But not just any windows. Charles, his son Marcus, and son-in-law Michael custom-make antique windows and doors using methods and tools that are more than a century old.
This is the corner joint of one of the windows.
The process is simple but tedious. First, a hole is hand-drilled between two boards that form a joint. Then, small pegs are carved out of a block of wood, shaved down with a chisel, and hammered into place.
We actually make the joint historically by hand. That's called mortise and tenon square peg joinery. It's almost like a celestial experience to me, because when that drill is cutting, that hand drill is cutting the fibers in that wood, there's a sensation that I feel that is very unique and special. I'm using something that's of, that our Heavenly Father's created, wood. To me, it's a miracle.
Over the past quarter century, that miracle has put a thick layer of dust on most power tools in the shop and put a highly specialized family business on the map.
And this is a historic building on Martha's Vineyard. I built 8 doors.
The Allen Historic Sash Company now builds 18th century windows for large-scale restoration projects, specialty homes, and most recently, the Nauvoo Temple.
There are about 128 windows and 7 doors on the temple that we're responsible for. And it was an enormous challenge to try to schedule how we were going to accomplish this when we were just a small company.
Charles accepted the challenge and went to work. First, measuring, calculating, and designing patterns to shape and cut the windows. Chopping 2,500 square pegs and inventing ways to make reproductions of 150-year-old windows last.
For example, how these pieces of sash are connected and sealed so no air or water will be pulled or drawn through.
The glass is hand-blown from France. The paint imported from Holland.
We'll put 4 coats of hand-brushed paint on.
And the wood carefully selected from around the country.
Did you have much flat area up here to take off?
This month's priority, shaping and sanding the round casings that hold the circular windows near the top area of the temple.
They're painted and finished and sealed together as a unit, and then when they leave our shop, they are slid into the stone openings as a finished product. Good.
A job this big means Charles has to mentor and teach his son Marcus and son-in-law Mike, passing on the skills he's spent a lifetime developing.
He's a wonderful teacher and explains how the wood will react even before it does. It's a talent that he has developed, and that's probably why there aren't any other people making windows the way we do.
But to Charles, it's not a talent, rather a way of life. One he was taught by his father to work hard and love what you're doing.
I would rather be thought of as a person that doesn't really understand the magnitude of what we're doing and just appreciate the fact that they're coming out of our shop, and it's a tremendous miracle.
The reconstruction of the Nauvoo temple is a meticulous process of recreating history. The first challenge was discovering exactly what the original building looked like.
We've gathered details, done a lot of research, and the exterior of the temple is going to be very true to the detail of the time.
From custom making every window to cutting and shaping each block of stone.
There are, almost 12,000 pieces of stone, and essentially we're building a big historical puzzle that needs to fit together in a very craftsman-like way.
One challenging phase of the project was sculpting blocks of limestone to look old.
So they were taking a rough rock, trying to make it smooth. We're taking smooth rock and trying to make it look rough.
Another was finding craftsmen from across the country to hand-carve the unique stonework that will adorn the temple walls.
The work of the craftsman is amazing. Each stone is individual. It's not machine cut, it's hand cut and carved, and so each has its unique character to it.
After the stones are sculpted, sections of the walls are first constructed in Salt Lake City to ensure an exact fit.
We get it all to the right heights and dimensions and make sure it's going to work here, so when we send it to Nauvoo, we know that it's going to work right.
And for everyone involved on this project, recreating the temple stonework has been more than just another job. It's been a reminder of how early craftsmen constructed something so amazing with so little.